Welcome to Digital Champions TV. I'm Greg Kirkham, and today I'm joined by Robert Smith, founder and CEO of Smith Profits based in Winter Garden, Florida. Smitty, welcome to the show, my friend. It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me, Greg. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So, hey, let's dive right in. Smitty, tell us more about your company's mission and really what drives your work in the space.
Yeah, it's a bit of a long story. I'll try to condense it, but started out very humble beginnings, working at Mobil, set a world record at Mobil for most oil changes in a month, and went from there to drive a Coke truck, set a bunch of sales records down at Coca-Cola, and actually had to have surgery, hurt myself on the job. So I asked the doc, what's the best way to avoid coming back? He said, get yourself a desk job, son. So I went into financial services, been doing that ever since, and got to be number one worldwide with the Equitable, number one worldwide with Mutual of New York, number one with AXA Financial out of Paris, and top of the world. Had a rear-end collision. Someone actually fractured my spine, had to have 15 surgeries to be able to walk again. And I thought, well, I've got to shut all my financial practices down. I had 4 offices, and I thought the best thing to do from here is just consult and work with other financial advisors on how they can reach number one with their practices as well. And now it's expanded with Smith Profits. We work in just about every industry there is.
Wow, what a 30 seconds or less. My goodness, you've got quite the story there, my friend. So, looking at your industry, what are some of the key insights you've really gained throughout your career? I mean, you've got a wide variety of experience.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And the number one key I find with whatever industry it is, whether you're driving a truck, whether you're working at a service station, you're working for a financial services giant, it's always the same thing. It comes down to one word, which is action. You got to take action. You got to be willing to do what everybody else isn't willing to do. And we actually wrote a couple of books about it the end of the year, and we just released. And I had another spine surgery back on the 7th. And when I came out of surgery, I saw they were both at number one worldwide. So we're actually doing pretty good with those books. But our Inflow in Action series, which you can see right over here, and I've got some here, basically whatever industry you're in. So whether you're working for someone else or you're an entrepreneur, you can pick up one of these at Amazon or anywhere, Influence in Action. And it shows you how to get to number one, regardless of the position you're in, regardless of the company, whether you're doing home improvement, financial services, whatever it is you're selling or working on, you can go right to the top.
Wow. So it sounds like you really dive into a lot of human behavior as far as, how to get to number one, how to really fine tune your, say, work strategies or mental strategy. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's all about streamlining your approach. You do your marketing so people are preconditioned to want to work with you when they come in to see you.
Fantastic. Yeah. So what are some key pieces of advice that you would give somebody entering into any industry from a high level? I know a lot of it's in your book.
Right. Yeah. From a high level, just differentiation. You got to be different than everyone else. You got to take action. You got to go on shows like yours. You've got to go on television. You've got to get just tons of exposure. And one of the things you can do to gain authority, we do a news release for people. And within 24 hours, we get them picked up on every major television network in the United States. They put the logos on their websites. And what we found over the last few years with our financial advisory firms, their sales closing ratios go up an average of 51%. And that's with every firm we've ever worked with across the board. So, if you've got someone making $100,000, now all of a sudden they're making $150,000 or $151,000, they're a little bit happier. They get along better with their wife and kids. Work is better. They can reinvest and shoot toward the top.
Wow. Hey, Smitty, it is wonderful having you on the show, my friend. Thank you so much for sharing some insights today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Greg.
Absolutely. And to learn more about Robert Smith and Smith Profits, visit digitalchampionstv.com.